who would you rather start versus the Texans? An injured Ryan Tannehill or a healthy Malik Willis? People want to see Malik, and I think people want to see Malik. I also think there's the side of people who know that Ryan Tannehill is by far the best quarterback on the team, but also know that they need Ryan Tannehill healthy if they want any shot at beating the Chiefs. But if Ryan Tannehill believes he can go out there and play, then he needs to play. If the injury team and if the training staff do not think Ryan Tannehill can play or protect himself from a lack of mobility, then he does not need to play. But Ryan Tannehill is the answer for who needs to play this game.
Well, I absolutely agree. I think it has to be Ryan Tannehill because of what the Houston Texans, I believe, have represented within this division. As a bad football team, they've always either beaten the Titans or pushed them to the limit, it seems. Last year, Ryan Tannehill, in a loss versus the Texans, threw 4 interceptions, the most in his Titans career. He was disastrous. They got behind. They lost to a team they never should have lost to. Then before that, it took an A.J. Brown miraculous catch. Do you remember that? To put him in field goal range to kick that game winner. That was a high-scoring affair.
That was just incredible play.
Before that, the Taylor Lewan ACL injury, where it went to overtime, and they had to have a king save them in overtime, and they barely won that game in OT. This is a Texans team. They have history. They're a divisional foe. The Titans are much better than the Houston Texans. And Austin, Ryan Tannehill at this point and this stage of both of their careers is much better than Malik Willis. I think it's irresponsible a little bit to throw Malik Willis out there if Ryan Tannehill is ready to play or have the opportunity to play, as you said. And looking at Ryan Tannehill, and this is why we showed you the videos first before we asked. We had to get everything out there. We didn't want, we were all watching the same stuff.
Yeah.
It looks and appears that Ryan Tannehill can play. He is, and I saw this in the comment section. I cannot remember who it was, so I apologize for not giving the credit. But they brought up, does Aaron Rodgers and does Baker Mayfield play when they were hurt, when they had an ankle injury? And the commenter brought up toughness. Ryan Tannehill is tough as nails. He has proven that time and time again in a Titans uniform. Whether it is playing through injury, whether it is starting all of these games that we talked about leading up to last week's game, whether it's standing in the pocket and getting hit in the mouth, standing back up and going back into the huddle, playing through this past week when they needed a win against a divisional opponent in the Colts, the ankle injury that he has sustained. Ryan Tannehill's toughness has never been in question. And I fully expect him to play this week on Sunday versus the Houston Texans.